Marley. Barkley, first shot of the game. Barkley.
Number 34, Charles.
Barkley has scored all 4 Phoenix points. Fadeaway jumper off the glass over Houston. Barkley has all 6 Phoenix points.
In the playing one-on-one, you see it here also live. One-on-one, no double teams.
And Barkley winning that battle right now. He has scored all 10 Phoenix points.
Have averaged 59 points and over 15 assists between them in the first 2 games.
And the whole game plan for Phoenix in this first quarter, give it to Charles, let him work on Houston, and he is doing just that. He has all 12. The shot clock closing in on the 6-minute mark in this opening quarter.
See, no
Barkley
double
working
team.
on Chris Gatling now. The jumper over Gatling. I tell you what, Charles Barkley is about as hot as you can be in this first quarter. He's in for 5.
Now remember, he was 16 for 44 going into the game tonight.
Barkley's going to try to answer with a 3 of his own. Has he missed a shot tonight?
No, he is not. He won 7%.
9-26. Gatling inside. Deep rebound by KJ off to Marley, trying to beat Mullen. The put back by Barkley. Don Nelson wants an offensive.
And here's Charles lining one up also too. So back-to-back threes
by 2 minutes into the second. Now Barkley works on Gatling. Follow-away jumper over Gatling. This is incredible. 21 points, 21 first quarter points for Barkley. A steal by Sir Charles. 34-32. A 2-pointer ties it up for Phoenix. A 3-pointer puts him ahead. He still hasn't missed. 24 points for Barkley.
Look at Paul Westphal, the smile on his face. He said, when Charles comes to play, Golden State, or can Golden State score enough points? I think that's what it's going to come down to. Here goes Charles once again. Another 3. Oh,
unbelievable! 27. What an opening quarter. Charles Barkley single-handedly making sure Golden State did not get off to that first quarter start like Denver did against Seattle the other night. Ainge looking for Charles, gets it to him. He's got Grayer on him. Can he continue this? His first miss of the night, gets the rebound, puts it back.
Great extra effort there by Charles here with the loss of his parents, so playing great basketball right now.
Another miss by Charles Barkley, gets it back. Another miss. The third time's a charm for Charles. We've got 10:42 to go in the half, the first half. Grayer had his shot rejected. Barkley down to AC Green off the glass for 2. And a chance for a 3-point play here for AC Green. I tell you what, Charles Barkley is having one of the best halves I've ever seen a player have.
Absolutely. And you know what? Let me tell you something. He understands after last year how many playoff games they had to play. You see him up in the air to AC Green, but they were a grueling 5-game series against the Lakers. Nelson rolling a little dice here. Billy Owens with 3 fouls. Right past him, and then he gets right into the crease and goes to the basket. But here's Barkley with the great block. Remember, this guy's only 6 feet.
By 1. They're trying to sweep the Warriors. Barkley, 2 more.
You know, I'm surprised that Don Nelson's not.
Barkley is certainly the story. 38 first half points.
Again, single coverage, and here's when Charles beat the shot clock and then follows it up with the offensive rebound. Charles also on the 3-point line. Charles Barkley, the spinning move on the baseline, and again, single coverage. Charles is just too strong. He had 38 points, 27 in the first quarter, and again, 15 for 22 from the field, 11 for 11 in the first quarter. See if he lets KJ and let some of these other guys look to try to score.
He got all of the second and a half off in the first half, and he's gone.
Right now, Pete, with you and I here about how many points tonight.
It's over New Jersey and New York.
There's Barkley again, no block out.
40. Barkley.
See if they come double teaming when he starts to get into the lane.
Needs 2 for a playoff career high. Passes off instead to a wide open AC Green, and the open shots are not being missed by anybody.
Again tonight.
Barkley with Gatling on him. Charles Barkley, 43 points tonight, 27 of them coming in the first quarter. This will be a career playoff high for Charles Barkley. That was a career playoff high 45th point.
Well, he pump fakes and gets Gatling into the air and then gets a little bit of a bump, and then he's going to be able to just muscle. Look at that. He just bumps into his shoulder and kisses it off the glass nicely, and then
their biggest lead in this game. Barkley over Gatling. He has not cooled off. He has 47 points. That ties his career. Barkley comes out. He's got goes KJ. Tipped by AC Green. Barkley, Sprewell, the only guy back, and he's got 5 fouls. He just had to stand there and watch that one.
That's a good call, Pete.
Barkley gets around Houston, reverse layup, count the basket, drew the foul. Barkley with 49 points.
Now that was quick. That was quick. He made a quick spin. You see the guys on the Suns just sort of shaking their head. Now I want to tell you it's going to be something important, is that they don't stand around and watch Charles play, because at some point in time someone else is going to have to score some hoops here for them. But Charles with a great spin move on Houston, no help on the baseline.
It up on the Rookie of the Year, Chris Webber. Doesn't matter. 52 points for Barkley.
Are you kidding? Shot here by Barkley. Now Webber squares him up, does a great job. Look, he's going to jump and get a hand in his face. Barkley looks like he's behind the corner of the board. Nothing but the bottom of the net.
Charles Barkley.
We'll see if Charles is in charge for the last 4 minutes. Look at that
into the paint. It falls for him. 54 points for Charles Barkley. He's 9 away from the...
Well, Charles looks quick and strong on this move. Look at the quick step and then the power. Squares his shoulders up nicely and gets the kind roll. That's just a nice power move by Charles Barkley.
He reacted to something someone said to him in the crowd. He's enjoying this.
Well, Charles only taken 8 shots in the second half. Remember, he had 22 at half.
Along the baseline, Barkley 2 more. He's got 56 points.
Charles got to be careful.
7.
Go, and Chris Webber squared up on Barkley. I wonder if Barkley will be talking about this in the barber shop tomorrow. Nice drive on the baseline. He has now 56 points.
And KJ has joined us. Advance to the Western Conference semifinals. Sweeping the Golden State Warriors in round 1. 3 games to none. Game 3 final. You said it would take 140 to win, Doug, and it did. Phoenix 140.
Showed us in another season of packed houses and loud crowds.
33, our Budweiser player of the game. Not much doubt about it tonight. Charles Barkley, 3rd best scoring performance in NBA playoff history. 56 points, 23 of 31 from the field, 14 rebounds. He's our Budweiser player of the game. And Charles, you were telling us before the game tonight that you were determined to come out here and take care of business starting in the first quarter, and you certainly did. 27 points in the first quarter.
Well, they made up their mind that they were not going to double me. And I told Doug before the game, if they don't double me, I'm going to have a good night. And they refused to double. And I was very fortunate. I made all my jumpers. If I'm not making that little jumper 12, 15, I was benefiting them. But as long as I'm making those little jumpers, I felt very good tonight.
You know, Charles, I said during the telecast that in talking to you before the game, really a long, lanky player can give you problems, but only Chris Webber has that kind of size. I think they were afraid to put him on you to get him in foul trouble, so I don't think you really had any respect in terms of that those guys could block your shot around the basket.
If a guy is not 6'10" with long arms, I think I can score on him every time if they don't double me, because you know, my height is a disadvantage sometimes when I'm posting up. But there are very few players, Kevin McHale, Elton Campbell, those kind of guys that really give me a Harvey Grant. They really give me trouble. But these guys, they went small and big and had big power players against me.
I thought it was a real critical play, too. You stepped up and set a screen on Sprewell in the first half. 4th foul really took him out of the game the rest of the way.
Well, it was a tough matchup this series. I think he didn't have a great series shooting because he's used so much energy guarding Kevin. So I think he got a little frustrated tonight. And I set the pick, and he ran right through me. He got a good little forearm there, too. I like that.
All right. Now, I said it started out Auburn, Alabama. There, you two guys going at each other. But I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to be a concerned coach. I'm going to be Paul Westphal. You guys got into these shootouts against Golden State. Now, the next round, you know that it's not going to be like that. Are we going to see some defense in the Suns that's going to be able to continue to get you to advance?
I said before this series, the one thing that I feared was if we get in a series where we just try to outscore them. And I felt like that could happen because they don't really play great defense, and we really don't play great defense. But I felt like if we had to play defense like we did in the 4th quarter, that we could stop some teams. But this was really the only game that was a real shootout. But our defense has to get better. We're always going to score points. But if we don't improve our defense, we're not going to win the world championship, and that's our goal.
Are you really going to retire after that? You look like you had some gas in the tank. Are you really going to retire, Charles?
Doug, I feel like this is my last year. It's been a struggle for me this year with all the injuries and things, but I'm looking at this as my last shot at it.
All right. Well, tremendous effort, and congratulations on a wonderful series. I know you're going to play golf for a couple days. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Shoot a 56 there, too.
He will.
On the front 9.
Congratulations to Charles Barkley.